Well, joining us now to talk more about the GOP health care plan is Tom Beccaro, former chair of the California Republican Party. So, Tom, what do you make of this bill? Do you like it?
Well, it's better than what exists. The existing system is breaking down badly. A third of the states only have one insurer, so that's not working. They need to do something. If conservatives 8 years ago were given a choice between these two bills, they surely would have picked this one. It still has some flaws, and I think they will work on them. What
do you think about Senator Rand Paul calling it Obamacare light?
Well, look, for over 80 years, if you're an employee and you get coverage through your employer, the employer gets a tax deduction. Everyone else doesn't. Why should the employers get the tax deduction and you personally? So that's what this new bill puts into place, a better way to do that. There are still many flaws. The trouble for Republicans is that if they went to a pure free market-based system, and they could get there, the problem is many people would suddenly lose insurance. They don't want to go through that. Once you give someone an entitlement, really hard to take it away. They have to grapple with that. So
that's why you believe that they didn't do an entire repeal of Obamacare?
Well, they didn't completely change the system. The other problem is 62% of Americans are living within 2 paychecks. They can't go out and buy insurance. So they probably are looking at doing a stepped transaction like Reagan tax reform in 81 and 86, where they'll do some of it now, see the effects, and then try and improve the system.
There isn't a lot of wiggle room here, meaning they really need every Republican on board. Do you think that they'll get that?
I eventually think they do. Look, Republicans Congress need to understand that they have 2 things they have to do before 2018. Fix the tax code and improve health care. If they decide to bungle both of them, they'll have nobody but themselves to blame for not doing work.
And what about the criticism that, geez, you know, Republicans have had all of these years to really craft a plan that would appeal to a majority of people, and it seems as though they haven't?
Meaning majority of people in Congress?
Yes.
That's correct criticism.
So what were they doing with all of that time?
It's easy to be a critic, much harder to be someone in power, and even harder to lead. They need to go out and explain to people, look, this is a transitional piece of legislation. We're going to improve things. We're not just going to kick people off the public rolls and leave them without insurance. Once things improve, we pick up the economy with the tax cuts. We're going to do an even better job. If they do that, they can sell it to the American people. But people like John McCain and everyone else saying it's dead on arrival, so will their prospects in 2018 and 2020 be if they don't get to work.
All right, Tom Beccaro, thanks again for joining us. We have much more coverage on our website, everyone, at ktvu.com.